All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Curitiba. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League GT3 Series heads to Curitiba tonight for race number 4 in that GT3 Series season. This is a fun track, man. I say that about all of them, don't I? I know, I really mean it this time. What a great road course located in southern Brazil. And things are going to get hot. It's Curitiba tonight. And it's TurnLeftTV. Well, some GT3 Series season action headed your way here tonight on TurnLeftTV. We got a big day of racing, and what a way to start it off. Curitiba! All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in to TurnLeftTV. Appreciate it. We got a little qualification session going on right now. Guys, I think are just finishing up their qualification efforts. And this Curitiba is a great track here, man. It is race number 4 of the schedule. Dubai coming up next week. Donington Park on March the 20th. Red Bull Ring on March the 27th. And Laguna Seca. Laguna Seca on April the 3rd. Are you excited about that one? What a great track. A lot of guys really, really like Laguna Seca. I'm a little mixed on it, I'll be honest with you, as far as driving it. I don't mind broadcasting races from it. Man, I cannot drive that track. But a lot of guys really, really like that track. So this is TurnLeftTV, and this is the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, commentator, broadcaster, and the guy that can't pronounce Curitiba. Great track here, man. Race number 4. So 3.6 kilometers in length, almost 3.7, and 50-minute race here tonight, headed your way. Just finishing up the qualification session. Tonight's race brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. You want an rFactor 2 server, very solid connections. Self-managed server, there are 3 packages to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. I want to thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on the TurnLeftTV. I got some swag. I got some swag right there. I'm famous. Hey, TurnLeftTV channel. Hey, thanks for coming in. We got a good race here for you. Curitiba is a great track. One of the guys in the league actually suggested this track. I got out on it. I've been on Brasilia many times. I've been on Interlagos. as well. And somebody had really suggested this track. I think I've actually been on this track in Automobilista, but I didn't know it existed here. And this might actually be a conversion from Automobilista, but really decided to get out here and do some GT3 cars out on this track. And I tell you what, man, I was digging it, to be honest with you. It was really, really pretty cool. And I said, man, this would be a perfect track here for GT3 series racing. The Brazilian stock cars do a great job. They do a great job of, putting on a great performance. So I thought GT3 cars would be perfect here. So, hey, thank you so much for coming in. No, I just don't like, I can't see the screen without glasses on it. I don't want you looking at, don't worry about why I'm wearing glasses. I'm wearing glasses because I have to wear reading glasses to see the screen, and I don't want to wear like Walmart reading glasses, so I wear sunglasses that are reading glasses. There you go. There's your answer. Okay with you? There you go. Don't forget, coming up tonight, we got a Saturday Night Thunder headed your way. Phoenix International 200 laps, race number 4 in the 2021 season. And I'll tell you what, this has been a great series. We'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV, coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. In the warm-up session now, let's take a look at the qualification session results. Roman Rabatsev, top time there, 112.617. My gosh. Richie Taffel, 113.015 in second in the Corvette. Nikolai Bezrikov, 113.055 in third in the Audi. Lucas Sinfiner in the Ferrari, qualifying in the 4th position. Dennis Van de Ven in the Corvette, qualifying 5th. Alexander Meshkov is 6th in that BMW. Claudio Bardelli Jr., also in the BMW, in the 7th position. Stephen Miller, 8th in the Ferrari. Artem Shulev, 9th in the BMW. See, Georgi Aratunian, the Armenian assassin, qualifies in the 10th position in the Bentley. Qualifying in the 11th position is Will Dunbar in the Ferrari. Sergei Butsev in the Mercedes. He and Dmitry Buksha both in the Mercedes, qualifying 12th and 13th. John Stanley in the Corvette, qualifying in the 14th position. Let's take a look at the season standings coming into tonight's race. Roman Rabatsev, 135 points there, 12-point lead. 12-point lead over Nikolai Bezrikov. Denis Lysenko, 121 points there in third. Dennis Van de Ven comes in tonight in the 4th position. Claudio Bardelli 5th in points after 3 races. Richie Taffel 6th in points after 3 races. Paul Brown 7th, Ed Palumbo 8th, Will Dunbar 9th, and John Stanley rounding out the top 10. Coming up on Friday, March the 12th, we'll be back at it. Little road course action in the Xfinity Series. Riverside, the old classic course at Riverside. Great stock car road course, actually. So great course in general, which it still actually existed. But nonetheless, 35 laps there headed your way. It exists in the virtual world, right? in that second season. I guess it'd be the first season of 2021. I got to change that banner there. But we actually started this season a little bit at the tail end of 2020. So 35 laps headed your way. Riverside International on March the 12th, and that'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Take a look at the side-by-side. We got the same driver up there. We can't do that. There we go. Side-by-side view. Looks like that's working just fine. Taking a look at Artem Shuleyev and that BMW in the top left there. Stephen Miller in the Ferrari. On the right side screen. Also, if you would like to help me out here at TurnLeftTV, please click on the links down in the description of the race down here below. And then also there's the Discord address if you're interested in joining us here on Discord. There are a couple of contacts there for me. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's at TurnLeftTV. Facebook's at TurnLeftTV1. And again, if you would help me out here at TurnLeftTV, please go down in the description of this race and follow that over to the link over to the Fanatec website. Give those guys a look. I've got the DD1 wheelbase, the GT2 BMW wheel rim, the shifter, of course, and the V3 inverted pedals. The pedals is what started off for me, and I decided that I was going to invest in a DD1 wheelbase, and I have not enjoyed racing as much as I have since I got in this stuff. So decided, hey man, I'm going to encourage other folks to give Fanatic a look, and maybe they might enjoy this as well. So help me out here at TurnLeftTV. If you decide you want to purchase something from them, please follow that link and help me out. Thanks so much for coming in, and we got a good race here for you tonight in the GT3 series. Just under 3 minutes left to go here in the warm-up session. Bezhikov, I talked a little bit about him earlier this season. From last season, he switched over from the BMW to the Audi. He said, I want a challenge. A lot of guys were talking about how hard this Audi was to keep up with the other drivers, or the other manufacturers, and Bezhikov said, I'm going to take on that challenge and show these drivers that I can make this car competitive. And he has done just that. So we'll see how it goes there for him tonight here at Curitiba. The schedule next week will be at Dubai Autodrome. We're going to do the club circuit there. Donington Park coming up on March the 20th. Red Bull Ring on March the 27th. And then finishing out the season at Laguna Seca on April the 3rd. So just about 20 seconds left to go before we get the command to start the engines here. And again, I'm your host, Heath Johnson. This is Curitiba, very great track, man, located in southern Brazil. And really not a technical track here, but I think it's going to be a one that will be a pretty interesting race here. It lends itself to some really great racing. You don't have to focus quite as much on hitting every spot there, hitting every turn just right. You could get in here, get race some cars, get side by side, and really mix it up here. So it's going to be something new, I think, a little bit for some of these drivers that are a little bit more involved in some of the technical aspects of or the technical tracks. So this will add a little bit different mix to it. All right, boys and girls, here we go. Gonna get after it here. So it's race number 4 in the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series season. We'll take a look at the starting order here tonight. Roman Rabatsev in the BMW starts in P1. Richie Tapple in the Corvette, P2. Nikolai Bezhukov starts in the 3rd position. Lucas Sinfner starts in 4th. In 5th is Dennis Vandeven. Alexander Meshkov starts in the 6th position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in 7th. And Stephen Miller will start in P8. Starting in the 9th position is Artem Shuliev in the BMW. Georgi Aratunian starts in 10th. Will Dunbar starts in the 11th position, and Sergei Butsev starts in the 12th spot. Dmitry Buksha starts in 13th in a Mercedes, and John Stanley will start in 14th in that Corvette. So Roman Rabatsev in the BMW will lead the field to take the green flag. It is a double file start, rolling start here in the GT3 series. Richie Tapple in the Corvette will start in P2. Good mix of manufacturers here. I think a lot of them feared that it was going to be a heavy emphasis on the Ferrari, but I think guys are mixing it up here as far as manufacturers. That's good. We see a little parity there going on. Bezhukov in that Audi qualifying in the 3rd position. We'll see how that turns out for him tonight. One little chicane here that can give some guys some issues here, so you got to be very careful. Get yourself set up in a good position. Try to get through much at once. Here we go.
Green flag, go.
Off the green here at Curitiba. Headed into turn 1. This can get wild here, so a little bumpy here as you see those cars jumping around. Everybody sort of vying for position. Looks like it's pretty clean so far. Maybe a little 3 wide there through the chicane. So a Roman Rabatsev out to the lead here in the 63 car. Nikolai Bezhukov in 2nd. Richie Tapple now in 3rd. So a little pass right there early on as Richie Tapple falling back to the 3rd position. So Bezrikov already taking P2. Bezrikov in the Audi. Get out of the back of his machine at Richie Tapple. Dennis Vandeven shown in the 4th position. Lucas Sinfiner in the Ferrari in 5th. So we got a couple of Corvettes and a Ferrari there, P3, 4, and 5. Shuliev here in the BMW, running in the 8th position. The Russian invasion, BMW. Just behind him is Dmitry Buksha in the Mercedes, running in the 9th position. On board here with him is, oh man, he does a heck of a job there getting by Shuliev. Shuliev had a little bit of trouble there through the chicane. Buksha makes that pass. Man, he was ready to pounce. Watch this replay here. Take a look here as Shuliev had missed that chicane right there, and Buksha takes advantage, moves out to P8. Buksha might have had some trouble here in the Mercedes. Take a look at him as, he gets off track there just a little bit, and he's going to come around. So, oh man, Giorgi Aratuni does a heck of a job missing him. So a little bit of trouble there for the Mercedes of Sergei Butsev here early on. We'll take a look here at Giorgi Aratunian as he's coming through here. Watch this, man. How in the world does he miss this? Great heads-up move by the 6 car. Take a look at our race leader, Roman Rybatsev. Running in P1, Nikolai Bezrikov 2nd, Richie Tapple 3rd, Dennis Vandeven is 4th. We'll take a look at Dennis Vandeven here in the Corvette. Running in P4. Paul Hold here joining us in the chat session. Good to see he and Cliff here. Good buddies of mine. So Dennis Vandeven having a pretty good night here so far, running in P4 in the Corvette. A little bit of work to do, but I tell you what, man, they're not too far away. This is what we would hope, man. We really hope that there'd be some fairly decent close racing. We'll take a look at Richie Tapple here. He started in P2, now back to P3. He and Nikolai Bezrikov having a little battle. Bezrikov right ahead there in the Audi. Coming down here into turn 1, and you got this little chicane right here, man. I tell you, this takes a lot of practice getting through this. Looks like those guys still 1, 2, 3. Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in the BMW, getting off track a little bit into the grass, and he might end up losing a position. He does. He keeps it straight there, but he ends up losing a spot. So while Bardelli Jr. gives up a couple spots here, looks like as he might end up losing another spot here to Artem Shuliev. Oh, they're leaning on each other. A couple BMWs swapping paint. As now Bardelli Jr. back to the 9th, 8th position. Looks like he's going to fight back here, looks like. So he and Artem Shuliev having a great battle as Claudio Bardelli Jr. trying to gain that spot back, or at least one of those spots that he lost. So we got a heap of BMWs right here. Alexander Meshkov had gotten by. Take a look at this pass by Alexander Meshkov. He's up on this, gets a good run here as Bardelli Jr. trying to get some more speed after coming off track. Actually, this is Artem Shuliev, and these guys were leaning on each other right there. Meshkov had made that pass. Right there, you see Bardelli Jr. coming off track as Meshkov gets around. Shuliev's going to dash out to that outside and try to make that pass. Bardelli Jr. did not let him get away with it, so. back up here with Alexander Meshkov. Take a look at him. He's running in the 7th position. So we've got a load of BMWs out here. Got four of our drivers here tonight, all in BMW. So pretty good representation for the BMW crowd here tonight. Sergei Butsev in the Mercedes and John Stanley in the Corvette having a battle. Coming off the turn there, John Stanley on the right side as the Mercedes of Sergei Butsev is going to pick up that spot, that 94 car. Stanley now back to the 14th position. That's what I'm saying, man. Studio 397 needs to understand. Let's keep all these camera angles the same for all the cars. That way you can just jump right to the one you want. Take a look at Georgi Aratunian here in the Bentley, the tank. He's coming around here, so no problem for him. So didn't get into anybody there. Will Dunbar just behind. Take a look at Bezhikov in the Audi. Still holding on to P2. Richie Tapple in 3rd, and that is tight right there through the chicane. Meshkov might have had some trouble there. Tell you what, man, I think Bezhikov had actually got her. Take a look here. I think Bezhikov actually might have gotten around. May have been some warping issue. It says on this in the information that Bezhikov had actually taken the lead there. Rybatsev may have warped. Meshkov here in the BMW number 57 car. He spins. That's interesting. He's lost the spoiler on that machine, so he does not have a fin there, and something's happened to him. We'll see if we can't go back. Oh, there he is off track. So, man, I tell you what, something's happened to. We'll take a look here. Something's happened to Alexander Meshkov, and he just slides. Oh, hard contact into the wall there for the 57. So he has got some pretty significant damage in that BMW. He's going to try to limp that thing around to pit lane. Look at this, Will Dunbar and Sergei Butsev having a battle here. Butsev going to pick up that spot there, or hold on to that spot, I should say, as Dunbar in the Ferrari. So Will Dunbar in this Ferrari here, he's got a little bit more company out of John Stanley as well. So now we see the BMW of Alexander Meshkov on pit lane taking service. And I think he might be in there a while. We'll take a look at the side-by-side view here of Meshkov on pit lane. So the BMW taking service here on minute 40. Say with 40 minutes left to go. Roman Rybatsev, the BMW, continuing to lead the field, extending that lead now to 3.1 seconds over Nikolai Bezhikov. See now Alexander Meshkov coming back out on off pit lane in the 14th position. So a tough break here early on for Meshkov. Take a look at Lucas Sinfner in the Ferrari running in the 5th position. That 21 car. Comes out, does a lot of practice laps, man. Gets to know each and every one of these tracks. A little bumpy there, you see, for that Ferrari coming down the main straight here into the chicane. Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in the 6th position in the BMW. So these guys have gotten it a little bit sorted out here. So Bardelli Jr., Shuliev in 7th, Stephen Miller shown in the 8th position. So a pretty good battle there between Bardelli Jr. and Shuliev. Take a look at Stephen Miller here in the Speed Details Ferrari running in P8. In a 42 car. I guess it'd be 424 on the grid. Butsev has had some trouble here, I believe. Sergei Butsev has had some trouble here in the Mercedes. He gets, oh man, oh, what in the heck? His steering must have broken or something. I don't know what happened there, but the 14 car, I should say the 94 car, he just goes straight right into the, I don't know what happened there, whether he lost his connection or what, but my heavens, man, that car just went absolutely straight into the tire barrier. Right here, he's off track, so I don't know what's going on right there, and he just goes straight into the tire barrier, so something's happened to Butsev, so he got that thing straightened back up, but now he is going to pull that car into the pits, and maybe his girlfriend called. So Butsev out of the race. Take a look at Richie Tapple here in the Corvette, running in the 3rd position in his 185 car. So interesting deal for Sergei Butsev. What a tough break there for him. Went pretty well, and in the Mercedes, and then just went straight into the tire barrier. So word on the street is his girlfriend might have called, said, "Hey, are you racing again? You're supposed to pick me up an hour ago." Richie Tapple here running in 3rd. He's about 5.5 seconds off the race lead. Hoping to get a good finish here. A little tough break there for him last week. Trying to bounce back here in the Corvette here at Curitiba. Georgi Aratunian in the Bentley, trying to pick up a spot as Stephen Miller looks like he came off track. Take a look and see what happened to Stephen Miller. So Stephen Miller gets a little bit off track right there, and it brings it back into that car around. Doesn't hit anything, it doesn't look like, but oh my heavens, man. Buksha does a great job of slipping through there. Watch this, man. Buksha in the Mercedes does a great job of slipping through here and avoiding that Ferrari. That is a heads-up move coming off a turn like that, and seeing that car laying right there in the front. Take a look at this out of the front of his machine. Sees that car right there in front, and gets off track into the grass, into the weeds a little bit, but gets the car back pointed in the right direction. Aratunian getting by as well. Take a look at Bezrikov. Now 3 seconds behind the race leader here in this Audi. Looking pretty solid here in the number 23 car. John Stanley, Will Dunbar here having a battle. A little Corvette versus Mercedes. John Stanley rubbing on that Ferrari a little bit as he goes by. So John Stanley now picks up the 11th position. Will Dunbar back to 12th. Buksha here after making a great pass now through the, oh man, another hard lick for Buksha. So what happens to the, my gosh, man, what in the world? That was very, very odd. Looked like he might have just stood on the gas here. Look at this, man. He comes around and this thing just takes off on him. gets into the fence here and then comes across the track. So another Mercedes out of the race. That devastating there for the Mercedes teams. So that manufacturer now has both of its cars out of the race. Roman Rabatsev. No problems for him so far here in the BMW. Two cars out of the race, Dmitry Buksha and Sergei Butsev, both of the Mercedes cars out of the race here tonight. So I would suggest you there's probably going to be a manufacturer meeting with these drivers. Maybe a problem with the car, who knows? Both those guys, hard impact, and really just looked very, very odd. I mean, Sergei Butsev's, he went straight into the tire barrier, and then looked like Dmitry Buksha, the throttle got stuck on that car. So definitely going to be a manufacturer meeting. The drivers are going to be called up on the carpet there and probably be interrogated. Take a look at this battle right here. Dennis Vandeven and Lucas Simpner battling it out. Dennis Vandeven in the Corvette, Lucas Simpner in the Ferrari. Good battle there as the Corvette wins out on that one this time by. So Dennis Vandeven in P4 in the Corvette. Looking out of the back of his machine at Lucas Simpner in the Ferrari. So that's P4 and P5. Simpner trying to bounce back here and get around, so not this time. Meshkov here picking up a spot as he is now in the 12th position, trying to work on the back of Stephen Miller just ahead, I believe. Actually, that looks like a Corvette to me. That would be Will Dunbar just ahead, so John Stanley here in the Corvette. That's where we saw Dmitry Buksha having some trouble. Stanley keeps it out of the wall. He's buried in the sand here a little bit. A little kitty litter for the Corvette, and he may be stuck in this stuff. So getting out of the kitty litter there and back out on track is John Stanley. Right now running in the 10th position. Kind of take a look at these guys coming through there. There is P2, P3. Alexander Meshkov running in the 12th position coming through. "30 minutes left to go, just a little over 30 minutes as Rabatsev has the race lead. Bezrikov in second, Tappel is in the 3rd position. Vandeven running in the 4th spot in the Corvette. Dennis Vandeven, no matter what car he seems to get into, and put out there on the track, always competitive. The guy does a lot of practice laps and really, really seems to like these GT3 cars. So he's stuck with this Corvette. He started with the Corvette last season. A lot of guys switch manufacturers when at the season break and coming into season 1, season 2. He decides I'm going to stay with the Corvette. I like how it feels, and right now has that car in the 4th position. Meshkov now moving up to Meshkov moving up to P11 here as it looks like Will Dunbar may be on pit lane here. So Will Dunbar and that Ferrari team making a pit stop here with just under 30 minutes left to go. Dunbar now finishing up his pit stop here as we see Alexander Meshkov in the BMW coming around. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the BMW running in the 6th position. Oh, that's not it. There we go. One-man operation here on the broadcasting. And shoot the messenger. Claudio Bardelli Jr., the BMW, about 30 seconds down to the race lead, running in the 6th position. Shuliev just behind him, running in 7th, about 4 seconds behind P6. Take a look at that gap there between Bardelli Jr. and Shuliev, a couple of BMWs. Shuliev in the Soviet Invasion sponsor machine. How about Georgi Aratunian bouncing back there from a little bit of trouble earlier. Really not too significant trouble, but a little bit of trouble earlier. Bouncing back here now in the 8th position, looking to gain some more spots. He is our lone Bentley in the field. Another one of those guys, man, he just sticks to his guns. He decides, man, I like this Bentley. I'm going to race the Bentley. He raced that first season GT3 series, and now coming back and showing it again. Right now running in P8. Stephen Miller running in P9 in the Ferrari. Speed Details number 42 car. He's about 12 seconds behind P8. Want to get a good finish here. John Stanley moving up the grid. He's now in the top 10. 23.2 seconds down to P9, so we've got a little bit of work to do. Getting a little chatters in here. Some of my boys hanging out in here. It looks like Thomas Golem hanging out. Michael Brooks coming in here as well. Good to see both those guys. Paul Holt, Cliff Wellingham. How about this, huh? There's some royalty in here right now. Sim Racing Mania royalty. Thomas didn't bring any vodka with him. I don't know what his problem is, but I guess he'll figure it out before long. That is an expectation. Bring vodka whenever you show up. Thomas, that's why we're friends with you. So right now, Roman Rabatsev in control. Got a 7-second lead over P2. Bezrikov in second. Tapples in the 3rd position. Take a look at our lone Audi in the field. That is Nikolai Bezrikov running in the 2nd position. Take a look at John Stanley in the Corvette there, just trying to, like a tackle had gotten around him. Put him a lap down there, so take a look at Richie Tapple here running in P3. Wanting to try to close in. Really a pretty close race between he and Bezrikov. Bezrikov in that Audi just ahead as they head into turn 1 here. A little rough right here. Take a look at Bezrikov. Tapple getting through there really well. Bezrikov maybe having a little trouble with that as that is starting to tighten up a little bit. About a second gap between the two of those guys. A couple guys have pitted, getting some question there from Michael Brooks if anybody's pitted. I did see Will Dunbar coming down pit lane. I think he is really the lone guy who's made a pit stop there. Maybe Meshkoff might have come down pit lane. A couple guys out of the race, but the rest of these guys I think are still out there and need to make a pit stop. Take a look at Dennis Vandeven running in P4. 11.4 seconds behind P3. 20 seconds off the race lead. So, that's something really not a big deal. You got a couple guys, miss a few turns there, and you're back in it. So, Simpner here in the Ferrari running in P5. And off the last turn, down the front stretch. And watch this, it's going to get bumpy here as you get down. A little bumpy right here. See this car jumping around a little bit. And then through the chicane. And then back on the gas. Good run down the straight. Not a real technical track, but I'll tell you, it is a fun track. Take a look at John Stanley here in the Corvette. Oh, looks like John Stanley's had some warping issues there. Looked like he had some warps and he retired his machine. So what a tough break there for John Stanley. He was running in the 10th position. My heavens. Get back up here, P1. Roman Rabatsev in the BMW, 8.7 second lead, so he's extending that lead over Bezrikov. And let's not forget, man, we come in and see the standings coming into tonight. They're the top 20. Rabatsev is in P1. So the full look here as the top 10. Rabatsev has a 12-point lead coming into tonight. Bezrikov running in P2 is second in points. Lysenko not here tonight. Third in points. Vandeven is here. He's running in fourth right now and fourth in points. Bardelli Jr. fifth. Tapple is sixth. So good run here tonight for Tapple. We'll move him up the grid. Paul Brown, Ed Palumbo, Will Dunbar, John Stanley, all rounding out the top 10. Georgi Aratunian and Stephen Miller both on pit lane right now. So you see those guys. Take a look at Georgi Aratunian on pit lane as Stephen Miller just behind him in the Ferrari taking some service here with 20 minutes left to go. Sotos here joining us in the chat session. Good to see Sotos in here as well. Georgi Aratunian in the Bentley finishing up his pit stop here, running in the 8th position. Some of these other guys still have to make pit stops. The rule is you got to change to a different compound of tire. 4 tire change, and you have to change to a different compound. You see Georgi Aratunian now coming into turn 1 through the chicane in that Bentley on fresh tires. And Roman Rabatsev, our race leader, coming down pit lane here. So Rabatsev here making a pit stop with just 20 minutes left to go. Nikolai Bezrikov will probably take the lead here this time by. He does. Richie Tapple right there. So that battle has tightened up. Take a look out at the back of Bezrikov's Audi at Richie Tapple. What do we got here, man? A flagpole? What is this? That's the... What in the world? Listen, we don't need an antenna that we have to climb up on top of. We need a ladder to get to the top of that thing. We need that on the car. At least put the camera on the other side of the antenna, for Pete's sakes. That battle right there is heating up, man. That's P1, P2. And Tapple's starting to work on the back of Bezhikov, so he's been hunting him for a little while here. We're going on board with Richie Tapple running in the Corvette, and he is trying to close in here, maybe get some laps led. Bezhikov doesn't make a lot of mistakes running in that Audi, and Bezhikov coming down pit lane. Looks like Tapple coming down pit lane too. So, Tapple, man, I don't know if that was a last-minute decision for Richie Tapple or not, but he misses that pit entry. Almost gets into the tire barrier. Now Richie Tapple's going to scrub off some speed right there, or lose some time as he spun trying to come down pit lane. Oh my heavens. So P1, P2 decided to make a pit stop here, and wow, Richie Tapple spinning this car. Watch this, man. I think it was a last-minute decision. He decided, hey, I'm going to follow Bezhikov in, and he gets off into the weeds right here and then spins this car, and his friends are giving him the Watt 4 right now. Good news for him is he does not get into this tire barrier. Watch this, man. We were on board here for this, and he just carries a ton of speed right here and gets off. Fortunately, misses that tire barrier, but then loses some positions there. Definitely loses some time. There's no doubt about that. So Richie Tapple trying to now recover. Guess who's to the race lead? That's Dennis Van de Ven in the Corvette. Just behind is Lucas Sinfner, about 2.6 seconds behind Dennis Van de Ven, who's coming down pit lane here. Van de Ven saw what happened to Tapple there. He's going to take his time coming down pit lane. 65 kilometers an hour is pit road speed, so Van de Ven making a pit stop here with 17 minutes left to go. That's going to give the race lead, I believe, to the Ferrari, Lucas Sinfner. So Van de Ven taking service here. 17 minutes left to go. As Lucas Sinfner, you see Claudio Bardelli Jr. also on pit lane in that BMW. Looking out of the front of Dennis Van de Ven's machine as he's going to be finishing up his pit stop very shortly. As Lucas Sinfner continuing to lead. Roman Rabatsev back in second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. on pit lane showing his P3. Dennis Van de Ven showing P4 on pit lane. Bezhikov is fifth. Van de Ven finishing up his pit stop. Coming back out on track here, so Dennis Van de Ven in the Corvette. 16 minutes left to go, finishing up that pit stop. Take a look at Alexander Meshkov. Just ahead of our first place car. So he's probably getting a little bit of the blue flag here. Here we go. We got to search through 16 camera angles. There we go. As you see, just behind is the race leader, Lucas Sinfner. On board here with Alexander Meshkov running in the 10th position. Not really holding him up, so keep running your line, and if that tightens up there, you move over, let him go. That's exactly what he does. So gets over there into the weeds a little bit. Rabatsev is running in P2 now, and he has got a little bit of work to do to catch up to Lucas Sinfner. Now, Lucas still got to make a pit stop, I believe. 33-second gap there between P1 and P2. Take a look at Nikolai Bezhikov running in the third position now. You're in the Audi, getting a little bit wide there, kicking up a little dust. Take you what, man, Lucas Simpner here, he is driving this thing. He's coming down pit lane. Richie Tapple coming down pit lane here with him. So I'm kind of, oh, no, Lucas Simpner, he locks him up. Gets this thing sideways. Lucas Simpner, a little bit of a mistake here, coming down pit lane in the Go Straight TV. And that car did not go straight that time. So a little Go Straight TV should have been TurnLeftTV on the side of that. That would have kept you from spinning out. We see the Go Straight TV logo right there. And he did not go straight coming down pit lane, that's for sure. We'll take a look here as Richie Tapple is on the backside of him. And right there, a little bit of too much speed for the BMW, or excuse me, the Ferrari number 21 of Lucas Simpner. And he has got some work to do now to try to recover from that. Interesting deal is Richie Tapple coming off track to come back down pit lane. So very interesting. He might have had to do a drive-through and back out on track, it looks like. And a little bit of mistake for Richie Tapple. Maybe he was trying to gain some time for having that mistake. Trying to make up for that mistake he made as he missed pit lane coming in. So we'll see here as Richie Tapple comes down pit lane, and I suggest you he is, no, he comes down. Maybe he's got to do a stop and go there. Might have been a stop and go for Richie Tapple, so he's definitely not taking any tires there. So he is, you see, that's a little bit earlier as Lucas Simpner ducking into his lane. Bardelli Jr. back on pit lane, so now Tapple serving that stop and go penalty, and that is devastating for him. Rybatsev mistake-free here tonight, and that has been really the story for Roman Rybatsev. He does not make a lot of mistakes, which is why he is the points leader. He got a lot of talent there on the track, and Roman Rybatsev right now laying the smackdown on him. 22nd lead over Bezrikov. Dennis Vanovin's now up to P3. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. here running in the 8th position. Now there's a car that represents right there, huh? That's a car that represents. Look at that. What is that right there? That's what I'm talking about. And then right there. And then right there. Hell, he might even have it on the back of his car. So that's Claudio Bardelli Jr.'s car there, just fooling around a little bit with the drone cam. Stephen Miller here in the Speed Details sponsor machine, running in the 9th position. Meshkov running in 10th. Both those guys a lap down. Richie Tapple in 7th is the first car, 1 lap down. Dennis Vanoven picking up a spot here now. I'm up to P3, and I don't know, man. Lucas Simpner now coming back out on track. We see that as he now ends up giving up a spot, so he's back to 4th. Shuliev here in the Russian invasion, the Soviet invasion sponsor machine. He gets wide here in the BMW, almost in the trees. Got a cool artwork on this machine. Oh, look at that right there. That's what I'm talking about. Are you watching TurnLeftTV? I love that, man. I love that. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Meshkov here in the BMW. He's having some trouble. Oh, he gets a little bit wide here. He misses a turn. It looked like he just kind of, oh, man, missed a turn. Tried to overcorrect, and he misses that turn, and he's retired his machine. My gosh. Rybatsev in the BMW says, hey, man, this is how you do it right here. 10 minutes left to go. And now we got 4 cars out of the race. A couple Mercedes, a Corvette, and a BMW out of the race. As Roman Rybatsev has a big race lead. Take a look at Georgi Aratunian running in the 6th position. 10 seconds off P5. A little bit of gap there for him. It's kind of the tail end of that lead lap there. So you're looking at somewhere on the order of about 1:15s or so what they're running. About 74 seconds, and he is 70 seconds down. So he's got a little bit of a gap there, but not too much. There's Georgi Aratunian, and there is the race leader. Take a look at Will Dunbar here in the Ferrari. Will Dunbar running in P10. Here in the Salesforce sponsor machine. Will works for Salesforce. So we got a car coming around here. It looks like Luca Simpsoner's come around. So Luca in the Ferrari. Off track a little bit, gets that car. Oh, man, that is a hard lick for Luca Simpsoner. Oh, my gosh. He hit hard. So Luca got off into the grass. That car started taking off on him, and he was not able to catch that car. We'll take a look at this again. Watch this. Luca gets off track right here, and the back end of this car is going to come around. I think he's just trying to get this car back on track quickly, and then this thing straight into the wall. Man, my heavens, that was a hard lick for him. Back here to live, look at Will Dunbar running in P10. Simpsoner, hard contact into that pit wall there. So tough break there for Luca. He did not lose a position, but definitely boogered up that car. There's no doubt about that. 6.5 minutes left to go. Take a look at Stephen Miller here running in P9. The Speed Detail sponsor machine. About 2 seconds off of, about a second and a half actually, off of P8, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. here running in the 8th position. Richie Tapple is running in 7th in the Corvette. Had a little trouble getting on pit lane, and then made another mistake, sped, maybe coming off pit lane, and had to do a stop and go. So he's got himself behind the 8 ball here a little bit. I think that's been, sort of, what's happened to Richie a little bit this season. As like last race, he had a couple incidents. Got himself in a little bit of a pickle there. But really, I'll tell you what, very talented driver is Richie Tapple here in the 185 car. He really slings this Corvette around the track very, very well. So he's closing in on Georgi Aratunian. So this is a good battle here. We're Aratunian in the Bentley, Tapple in the Corvette here, battling it out. Good tight battle here. On board here with Richie Tapple as he is trying to find a way to get around Aratunian coming off the last turn here down the straightaway. This could be a battle down into turn 1. Tapple got a run here. Is he going to go to the inside of Aratunian? Aratunian using that wide entry through the chicane. Tapple cannot pull off that pass through the chicane, so he's going to try to have to set up here coming down into the next turn. Big sweeping right-hander. Aratunian in the 6 car, in the Bentley. Richie Tapple just behind him. What a heck of a battle here for P6. Georgie Amertunian, Richie Tapple. As we wind it down here, 4 minutes left to go. Every spot counts. Tapple wants to bounce back here and try to salvage a little bit of a kind of a challenging night here. Oh, there may be contact. They're going to be leaning on each other. Good clean pass right there. Amertunian gave him a little bit of room. I don't think that battle is over as Tapple does a great job of picking up that spot. What a heck of a pass there for Richie Tapple. Tapple now in P6. Take a look at this pass here as Richie Tapple going to the inside, gets a position, and they do not make contact. So Amertunian really gave him a lot of room as Richie Tapple picks up P6. Amertunian back to P7. What a battle right there. Right now, it is all Roman Rabatsev. As he is in first, 22 seconds up on P2. Vandeven is in third, Sinfner fourth, Shuliev is fifth. Just under 3 minutes left to go. You know what we got to do? We got to take our screenshot just in case this guy wins the race. Just in case, quotes. Unless something major happens here. I think he's pretty set for winning this race. I think he just sort of ride around for the next 2.5 minutes, and he'll be good to go. Bezhikov here has a pretty good race under his belt right now, running in second in the Audi. Vandeven running into third position. Also having a pretty good race in the Corvette. Lucas Sinfner, he's had a little bit of a challenge there on that pit stop, and then afterwards he had an issue. But I'll tell you what, all in all, I would be very happy with a fourth place finish given the challenges that I would have incurred here if I were Lucas Sinfner. Well, he should feel very fortunate right now to have that car in P4. Artem Shuliev is in fifth in the BMW. He's having a good top 5 run. So again, here we are with about 1.5 minutes left to go as Roman Rabatsev out here in front. Big time lead for this BMW crew. Bezhikov in second in the Audi. Vandeven in the Corvette is third. Sinfner is fourth in the Ferrari. Shuliev rounding out the top 5 in the BMW. So Roman Rabatsev come in tonight as the points leader and showing everybody why he is leading in points. This guy does not make a lot of mistakes, man. Quiet. You say a lot on the radio and just gets after it, man. As soon as the drop of the green flag, this guy just gets up on the wheel and makes it happen. And you don't see this guy making a lot of mistakes. I have a feeling we're probably going to see another lap out of these guys. We're coming down the front stretch here, and it does look like we're probably going to get another lap in us. We'll take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. here, running in P8 in the BMW. He is one lap down. About 15 seconds down to Georgie Amertunian in P7. Amertunian here now 5 seconds behind Richie Tapple, who has opened up that gap after making that pass. We'll take a look at Richie Tapple here now in 6th. I'll tell you what, man, this has been all Roman Rabatsev. That's been the story of this season. Bezrikov dominated last season, switched over to the Audi. Rabatsev comes in and says, thank you very much, man. I am going to try to walk away with this bad boy. And Roman Rabatsev coming off that final turn down the straightaway and is going to end up winning this race here at Curitiba. So congratulations to Roman Rabatsev in the BMW. So a great race for him. Nikolai Bezrikov here trying to finish it out here and finish in second. So Bezrikov says, I'm mad, man. I'm going to tear up this Audi. Vanderman says, man, take it easy on the Audi here. I'm going to take care of my Corvette. I might have to use it next race. As he ends up finishing in P3. Hits the spoiler there, left by Nikolai Bezrikov. So another big one for Roman Rabatsev. Good race win for him. We'll take a look at the final results. I think we got everybody in here. It does look like it, I believe. Well, we might have a couple there. It looked like Stephen Miller may be still out here on the track, finishing up his effort here in the Ferrari. So Stephen Miller finishing up his effort here. So we'll take a look at the session results. Roman Rabatsev finishes in P1. Nikolai Bezrikov in second. Dennis Vanderven finishes in the third position. Luca Simfner finishes in fourth. Richie Tapple finishes in the, whoa, what happened? Where's our fifth place guy? Where'd Shuliev go? There we go. There we go. Artem Shuliev finishes in the fifth position. Richie Tapple finishes in sixth. Georgi Artunian finishes in the seventh position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. battles back to finish in the eighth spot. Stephen Miller ninth. Will Dunbar finishes in the 10th position. In 11th is Alexander Meshkov finishing in the 12th position. John Stanley. Dmitry Buksha finishes in 13th. Sergei Butsev finishes in the 14th position. Tough break there for those guys. Having some trouble. So congratulations to Roman Rabatsev for getting that race win. Great job for him. Another win for the BMW crew there, solidifying his position there at the top of the point standings. So what a great race here, man. Curitiba, see a lot of not really a technical track, man, just flat out getting after it. Did expect the racing to be a little bit closer in this track, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Very competitive race. So Rabatsev gets his another win this season. Well, coming up here just in a little while, we'll be back at it with the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. The Phoenix International track is a great one, man. Just a little over a mile in length, and you've got a huge dog leg in that track. I almost think you can consider this to be a 4-turn track, but that's coming up. It's Saturday Night Thunder, race number 4 in the first season of 2021. And the Cup cars are a lot of fun. You're more than welcome to come out and join us. We got a 200-lap race headed your way at Phoenix. It'll be live right here at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TurnLeftTV. Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Always appreciate folks watching the races here each and every week. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. I got to try to lift my arm here. I got my COVID vaccine shot. Oh, yeah. I'm halfway there, boys and girls. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, you can click on the link up in the banner of the channel and make a donation. Again, thanks for coming in. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's behaving themselves. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and share my videos with all your friends on any social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. Invite them to come in and check out TurnLeftTV. We got some more action for you this weekend. Another race here tonight. So don't want to miss it. Saturday Night Thunder headed your way. So always a busy weekend here at TurnLeftTV and High Octane Racing League. Coming up on Friday, March the 12th, we'll be back at it with the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. Oh, it's Riverside headed your way. That is a great track. Race number 8, 35 laps from Riverside, a perfect track for stock cars, road course for stock cars. This track doesn't actually exist anymore, but it exists in the virtual realm, and we're going to give it a shot. So Riverside headed your way in race number 8 of the Bushwhackers season. 35 laps on March the 12th. Racing will start at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't want to miss it. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, congratulations to Roman Rabatsev on getting that race win. We're going to take a little bit of break and be right back at it here later tonight here on TurnLeftTV. Thanks so much for coming in. And in the meantime, you know what that means. For now, I am out of here.